A story of memory, devotion, and a love that refuses to fade. Every morning, he rushes to see the love of his life. Every morning, she asks, "Who are you?" And still, he never misses a day. The hospital doors slid open with a soft sound, and an elderly man stepped inside. His movements were slow, careful, but there was urgency in his eyes. Not panic, not fear, something deeper, purpose. A white bandage wrapped around his thumb, slightly worn, slightly loose, but he didn't seem to care about the pain. He walked to the desk, his voice calm but eager. "I'm here to remove my stitches." The nurse greeted him warmly, guiding him to a seat. She checked his pulse, his blood pressure. Everything was stable. Then she glanced at the schedule and sighed softly. "It might take about an hour before the doctor can see you." The old man nodded politely, but his eyes drifted slowly toward the clock. Tick, tick, tick. Time was not just time to him. It was something he could not afford to waste. He leaned forward slightly. "Is there any way it can be done sooner?" he asked gently. No frustration, no impatience, just hope. The nurse studied him. There was something unusual about him, something quiet but urgent. "Let me take a look," she said. She carefully unwrapped the bandage, examining the wound. Clean, healed, almost perfect. She smiled. "Well, you've taken good care of this." She stepped away, gathered her tools, and returned. "If you don't mind, I'll take care of it for you." A flicker of relief passed through his eyes. "Thank you," he whispered. As she worked, gently cleaning and redressing the wound, she couldn't help but notice it again. That urgency, that quiet rush. "You seem to have somewhere important to be," she said softly. The old man's face changed. His eyes softened, his lips curved into the gentlest smile. "Yes," he said, "I have breakfast with my wife." Not just words, a feeling, a lifetime hidden inside one sentence. The nurse smiled. "That's beautiful. How is she doing?" The old man hesitated just for a second. Then, quietly, "She's in a nursing home," he said. "She has Alzheimer's." The room grew heavier. The nurse slowed her hands just slightly. She understood what that meant. Memories fading, names disappearing, love being tested. She finished wrapping his thumb carefully. Then she asked, almost hesitantly, "Will she be worried if you're a little late today?" The old man let out a soft breath, almost a quiet laugh. "No," he said. Then he added gently, "She doesn't remember who I am." Silence, the kind that sits in your chest. "She hasn't recognized me in 5 years. The nurse looked at him, truly looked at him now. 5 years, 5 years of showing up to someone who sees you as a stranger. Her voice softened even more. "And you still go every morning? Even if she doesn't know who you are?" The old man looked at her, and in that moment, everything slowed. The noise, the hospital, the world. Then he smiled, not a broken smile, not a sad one, a peaceful one. "She doesn't know who I am," he said, "but I still know who she is." Silence, heavy, beautiful, unforgettable. The nurse felt her throat tighten, her eyes shimmer slightly, because in that moment she understood something most people never do. Love is not memory. Love is choice, a choice you make every single day. The old man stood up slowly. "Thank you," he said. He adjusted his coat and walked toward the door. The morning light wrapped around him as if the world itself was honoring his quiet devotion. Somewhere not too far away, a woman sat at a table, waiting. She would look up when he arrived, study his face, and ask the same question. "Who are you?" And just like every other day, he would smile, sit down, and fall in love with her all over again. Moral of the story: love is not about being remembered. It is about never forgetting. If someone you love forgot you tomorrow, would you still choose them every single day? Tell me honestly.